Hey guys, Tyro here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Crossroads, playing for days. Spawning in the north we have TarNation as the OKW, and his loadout is Luftwaffe Ground Forces, Scavenge, and Special Operations. Basically off against him in the south we have 3imWeckla as the Brits, who has commandos, special weapons, and mobile assault. TarNation currently around rank 19 as OKW, and 3imWeckla around rank 40, 35-40 as Brits. So should be a good match. I don't think I've covered either of these players before. I'm not really sure what to expect from them, but it's good to cover some high level talent that we haven't seen before. Give them some exposure. So interesting split here. TarNation sending 2 functionaries over towards this fuel, and 3imWeckla going straight on the aggressive path, going over to his opponent's fuel as well. Bring up a universal carrier to support. Just kiting at the moment, trying to avoid taking too much damage until the UC arrives, and now it's here. You should be able to win this engagement quite handily. There's one thing that I hear at the moment: the universal carrier is very strong in the meta.
An infantry section of Tommies has been trained.
Nope. I think part of the reason why the universal carrier is so strong is because it's got quite powerful armor. You can see all these shots bouncing off it. Kind of similar to the Kubel before the changes. Quite durable, and I think his gun is even more damaging than the Kubel's. Of course it can't cap, but still very powerful for its cost. So I think TarNation should probably be looking for a Raketen now. It's actually floating quite a lot of resources though.
They're trying to take it. The new platoon command post is ready.
Pushed around as well. Forced away finally.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Looks like these Tommies are going to win this engagement, but it's going to be a close one. TarNation going for the cut off here. It's not going to cut off too much, just the munitions mainly, but why not? Good here, quite a fast tick from TarNation. So he should be getting medics on some of his sections soon, I guess. No, he went for the Vickers upgrade instead. Fair enough. We're making medics. He's got like 2 squads that are quite low in health. He's going to try and maximise his utility out of light vehicle. We're actually not going to see a Raketen from TarNation, which means his ability to deal with the UC is going to be compromised for a long time. Putting up his tech structure now, very late, as I mentioned, he was floating a lot. He's actually gone for Panzerschreck.
Supply line's been cut.
Oh, but he's not having much success with it. Personally, I don't really like the Panzerschreck on Stern Pioneers, because I do enjoy having minesweepers. But these days it is a lot easier to get a second squad Stern Pioneers with their cheaper, faster reinforcement times. And build times. Still not really something you want to do on this map, I don't think. Don't think this is the best map for the Stern Pioneer. It's an okay map. It's not a horrible map for Stern Pioneer, but it's not the best. Got a sniper now, picking away. And I imagine TarNation will have to be going the flak half track with this build. Just it's very confusing to me. What? Oh no. Whoops. Oh, and then he cancelled the second sandbag. I don't know. Still, I think his fuel control TarNation has been pretty good, considering he's bled quite a lot of manpower. I imagine if we look at the units, like, yeah, killed 13, lost 4, huge lead by Three imWeckla. The universal carrier is really picking off those models and soaking the damage, not taking any bleed in return. Yeah, I have been quite impressed with TarNation's map control so far. Three imWeckla, as you can see here, he's got units not really that they're just being brought along and above. Oh, he's not going for the half track. That's interesting. I think what seems to be developing in the meta at the moment is the optimum build seems to be mid HQ into fast tier 4 into a fast Panzer 4, which is maybe what TarNation's going for here.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
But I thought his response to this build was a bit unusual. Good destroyer off cover there, makes this Vickers pretty much uncontested in the middle. It's going to make it very hard, you can't hide behind heavy cover there. Squad chasing after the sniper. Ooh. Going for the cutoff actually. Should be fine. British snipers not very good at shooting at retreating squads, especially if they're not, as they're passing by him. It's got very bad aim time, it takes a long time to pop off a shot. But yeah, nice destroying of cover there by Three imWeckla. It's a nice touch. Double machine guns for TarNation. And again, I think this is another thing that we saw during the Starcross Cup. He tried to back away and then come back into that engagement, but that is a the artillery flare upgrade, which of course means he has a slightly longer vision, which is why that engagement could actually happen. I think that would usually be out of sight at that range. The extra vision, I can spot it. But yeah, the double machine guns we saw from the Starcross Cup, Romeo's tournament, and against Brits specifically, because they don't, you know, with the mortar pit taking its meals, the indirect fire options to deal with the machine guns are quite lackluster. Does have the sniper though. And yeah, getting the pyrotechnics also a good idea, because then he's got the extra line of sight, so he can, if he's microing the squad, he can spot the machine gun before it suppresses his squads. It's a bit more safe running around the map. Sniper getting some good pickoffs, and these Stern Pioneers, yeah, a bit late to retreat. Some base howitzer fire coming in.
Commandos can be called into battle. Orders are ready to be
Oh, sniper out there on negative cover. He just played that a bit more cautiously, you know, backpedal whilst his snipers are on cooldown. Could have left that to continue fighting. Anyway, tier 4 tech is going down, as I said, quite fast from TarNation. His fuel control has been very good. He's been harassing over here with these two squads. And yeah, just in general, his fuel control has been better. It's the commando glider, not the forward retreat point one. So you can still reinforce off it, but can't retreat to it. But if he wants to continue his assault on this side of the map, it's going to be quite helpful for him. However, assaults on this map are going to be quite poor once this tier 4 tech is completed. Unless he's planning to try push it with the 6-pounder, but that is probably going to be quite hard. Nice ambush there by the commandos. And that's going to be a wipe. Commandos now find the location of that tier 4 tech. Forces them to retreat. So yeah, as you can see, these can see the machine gun, but the machine gun can't see them in return. Machine gun looks like it's going to get wiped here. No, perhaps not. Starts to retreat. And sniper misses the killing blow on the retreat. Lucky for TarNation there though. Okay, now he's starting the siege. He's got his machine gun not facing any direction though. You'd expect some Fox Grenadiers to be running up from base here. He used to have that set up facing this direction. I mean, the attack on his anti-tank gun. Sets it up now, a little bit late. Because it doesn't have very good suppression. It's going to have trouble dealing with both these squads. Switches targets now. And doesn't get it done. So yeah, if he had his machine gun set up there, probably could have dealt with these two squads. But you know, this assault has been thwarted. Panzer 4 coming in for TarNation, and this is the build I was talking about. Seems to be the strongest one. TrieMWeckla, on the other hand, deviating from the standard British path. He opened up quite conventionally, but hasn't got the 5-man upgrade. Hasn't got any weapon upgrades yet. He's got a lot of fuel as well. He mustn't have built his next building, so this Panzer 4 is going to cause him some headaches. It does have the anti-tank gun, but I don't think that's quite enough to deal with the Panzer 4. Oh, he's got 2 anti-tank guns. Oh my god. Okay. Well, that's enough. But it could still knock them both out. They're right next to each other. And the Brits, of course, don't have a snare with this commander. Doesn't have the heat grenades. These tank guns lining up. One shot off. He's going to try to go behind the building. He's got a turret jam as well. Taking 2 shots now. Sniper running into range here. Going to get suppressed by the machine gun. Oof. Yeah, man, that turret jam. It's quite a long time, doesn't it? So it looks like TrieMWeckla has started his tech. Oh, I think he could have won that with the Tommies there. Dancing with death here with this Panzer 4. Oh, no attack ground. Oh, maybe with one of them. Close call with the P4. Could have gone down there. The incendiary round's about to run out before he gets any shots off on the UC. He's going to retreat there now. That could go down. He's going to chase. Doesn't want to chase too far into the tech structure though. Just back to full health. He's completed his tick now. And honestly, if he got a Firefly right now, he'd probably be able to push this HQ. Because TarNation it just doesn't feel like he's got very good anti-infantry at the moment. So by going for a Firefly would help with the push onto the HQ. The long range damage would help deal with the Panzer IV. It would work. But he'd have to do it yesterday. You know, he should have done it as soon as he had the resources. He just continues to try and push on this side. It's very interesting. Left this exposed. We've got the UC coming around now. Firefly coming in, but yeah, as I said, very late on his build on that. And he's in a lot of trouble because, oh no, the machine gun's there. Hasn't got suppression off yet. Panzer IV being forced away by the AT guns. Incendiary grenade ends up going in though. Before coming back in, wants to take out the UC, but it's not going to happen. Let's try to recover the anti-tank gun. And yeah, squad should be out of range of suppression, so I think he'll be able to, but imagine if he had built his Firefly, which is coming onto the field now, as soon as he could, we would have had it for that engagement. It would have gone a lot more smoothly for him.
One extra soldier can be added to infantry squads now.
Up you go. Intercom check. Good.
So 3imWeckla doing some pretty good maneuvers, but at the same time just not quite getting the execution right.
We're losing a capture point.
TarNation's got quite a bit of fuel stacked up himself. He's going to need to get... He'll need to decide what he wants to get next, what tank he needs. Might be the Yak Panzer IV. Certainly when you're facing off against two anti-tank guns and a Firefly. Very scary proposition with any medium tank you can get. Burst down so quickly. Going for another Panzer IV. Ooh, this is not something I'd be doing. As I said, I would be pooing my pants, worried about my units getting my Panzer IV is getting killed really quickly. Incendiary grenade comes in, should allow those Volkswagens to win that. Actually use that as a recon pass more than for the smoke. The Vickers is there, he's going to run straight into it despite having done recon. Oh, and he cancelled the Panzer IV, started with the Panther. Safe option, you know, it's got the high health, high armor. Not a bad decision. Certainly better than the Panzer IV. But TarNation's gonna need some indirect fire to deal with these team weapons. 2 anti-tank guns and the machine gun.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
Gonna cause him a lot of headaches. And yeah, his off-map strikes are not that powerful.
I say, that one scratched the paintwork.
A capture point is being overrun.
Here comes the Panther. So yeah, TarNation gone for the 5-man upgrade now. Good decision. Can never go wrong with the 5-man upgrade. And seems to be in a very strong position. Not facing off against any Riketten, so his Firefly seems to be quite safe. And from TarNation, I think we're going to have to see perhaps some valiant assault heroics. Maybe some airborne assault, I'm not sure, but things are not looking good for TarNation right now. Not sure how he's going to turn this one around.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
Keep your heads, lads! It's only bullets!
Extra firepower is now available for units.
Mine's done. Watch where you're walking!
Here comes another recon pass, getting the lay of the land. And yeah, another handicap of going for the Shrek in the early game. Can't go for the minesweepers now. It's hurting his repair speeds. Remember that the minesweeper did get nerfed slightly, but still quite a handy upgrade. Trying to throw the flare. Gonna come through. Hasn't got hammer or anvil yet, so no airburst shells.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
I've been saying TarNation's in trouble, but if we look at the VPs, he's actually in a pretty good position. Just because his control of this VP has been so sound with the True HQ being right there. He's been harassing this one quite well. So though his army feels like it's slightly behind his... Oh, how did that survive? How did that machine gun survive? I have no idea. Building goes down, but the machine gun wasn't inside it. And now we've got some LMGs coming in for these sections. He's having trouble microing everything right now. He's getting a few engagements on multiple flanks. Here comes the airborne assault, getting suppression off on the Vickers. Double Faust takes care of the UC, and this Firefly is actually staying in the radius. He's going to get some Stuka planes on him. And down goes the Firefly. That's what I was talking about. He needs some airborne assault heroics. Loses the Panzer IV, but that was a very good engagement, and largely because TarNation didn't realize what was going on, I think. Oh, this is... I'll show you there. If he just left his Firefly here, outside of the radius, he all would have been fine. Go for another Firefly now. Just got the resources for it. But certainly a very costly engagement for TrImWeckla, losing his anti-tank gun now perhaps as well. Got the Vet 2. Look how fast it rotates. That was just that shot. Ooh. Looks like That grenade was going to kill himself from my camera angle. Managed to recrew the Vickers, so all is not lost, but that was certainly very costly. Look at the army size difference now, 41 to 72. I know that that's after a Panzer IV is built and the
Firefly is ready to give
Fireflies
someone
haven't come in
a bloody
quite yet,
nose.
but still huge swing there. And just TarNation, I think, getting a bit sloppy. Too content
Get in position at the edge.
to just didn't respect the airborne assault and got punished for it. Oh, he got them both! Could this be the end of the Panzer IV? Oh, Firefly needs one more shot. Oh, but he doesn't get it. Oh, he goes to the attack ground, but not quite. It was a pretty good attempt on the attack ground. Personally, I think I would have chased all the way to here with the Firefly. Does he have the tank commander on it? He does. So we haven't seen any Raketen from TarNation yet.
We're losing a capture point.
And with the anti-tank gun so close, I wouldn't be too worried about the Panther. Oh, look at this retreat path. But it looks like he's going after the Obers instead of trying to chase the wipe there. What happened over here? Oh, the squad must have left. Stopped the cat. Came over to help in the combat. Still means that TarNation, his fuel control hasn't been that good these last probably 5 minutes or so. I feel like he's starting to fall behind in fuel. Perhaps if he had, taken out that Panzer IV, things would be pretty close to even, but like TarNation has the edge right now. Okay, he's coming in. Looks like he maybe wanted to get an artillery flare off on the Tier 4, but it's not going to happen. Oh, he manages to clear out the ISG, and he's putting some pressure on this Tier 4. It's going to bring out the tanks from TarNation. Firefly backing away. Panther in trouble. One more shot and it's going to go down.
Enemy causing trouble. Trying
Oh,
to
but
take
it's on the
one
frontal
point.
armor. It bounces. Oh, and he wasn't quite facing the correct direction to get one more shot in. And the Firefly never came forwards to get the finishing blow, try support. But he could continue this assault. Looks like he's going to try to repair his Firefly first, and this glide is working out really well. It's got a lot of forward reinforcement from it, really helping these assaults. He needs to keep the pressure up though whilst these tanks are damaged, because the one Stern Pioneer with the Shrek upgrade instead of the Sweeper, his repairs are quite poor right now. Moving his anti-tank gun over there. It's got the sprint, remember, it's got
Trying to take a point from us.
It's got the vet upgrade. Or vet ability. These Obers though, once they get vet 2 and they're not too far away from it, TarNation could be in a bit of trouble. He went for the weapon upgrades, but he's only got one LNG so far.
Is being overrun.
Perhaps he's trying to save for the bombing run. I'm not sure. He's still so far away from it.
Supply is looking a bit squiffy. Line's been cut.
Managed to connect his fuel finally, but loses control of it. on the cutoff. Capture his fuel. Wasn't connected, was it? It's going for a Centaur. And Yak Panzer coming in for TarNation. Centaur, yeah, Centaur's very good at the moment, but you know, he's got that speed bonus this patch, and it's always been very lethal, especially his Vet 1 ability. Pretty much a squad wipe guaranteed if you land it. But with the Jagdpanzer 4 hitting the field, TarNation's probably going to need a little bit more anti-tank. Could get, you know, maybe some Piats. Possibility. Firefly Jeopardy. Panther gets a good flank on. Anti-tank gun facing the wrong direction. He's having trouble microing this engagement. Oh, uses the tulip rockets, but that's going to be the end of the Firefly. Doesn't kill the Panzer IV either.
The enemy destroyed a vehicle.
And this is the stuff you have to be worried about, as Brits don't have snares on your squads. Does make them quite vulnerable to flanks, and didn't plant any, or only planted one mine all game, as far as I'm aware. Next down the forward retreat point, but now we've got some Piats. We get the Panzer IV. I mean, not the Panzer IV, the Panther, but it survives. Here comes a Centaur. No, I don't think that's going to get a kill either. Possible. But the Yak Panzer, I think, is a little bit faster. It's a close one. Oh, he's going to chase. He's going to continue the chase. Oh, but he doesn't quite get the kill. He's going all the way in. But he's going to run into these two tanks. Luckily, they're both missing. Otherwise, that could have been a dead Centaur right there. But TarNation living on the edge. Just staying alive. He's tanking the damage with the Centaur, trying to bring the squad around. Try to get the kill on the Panther. He's tanking and they're doing some good damage. The tech structure. There's the Piat's chance to strike. Loses the Centaur.
Lost its swines, just knocked out a vehicle.
Oh! Oh, he gets it, and he killed the tech structure too. Oh man, if he did not get those two things, I think Weckla would have been completely out of the game, but he's still in it. Good pickups there, and he's not too far away from another tank now. But yeah, without those LMGs, the squad's starting to get bullied now by the vetted up overs. Oh, and he got a wipe. He ended up getting that wipe on the one-man treating Tommy, and that was the LMG squad as well. Oh no. Pretty good grenade dodge there. Bring in another glider of commandos. What did he use? Oh, he used... Okay. What has he been using his munitions on though? For the Piats. I thought he would have a little bit more by now. Brought in 2 squads of Royal Engineers as well. Royal Engineers though... Yeah, he doesn't have anything to repair with them, and as of this patch, they're not that strong in combat anymore. Received accuracy nerf, I believe it was. Does hurt them quite a lot. Thinking maybe another machine gun might have worked better than one of those squads. He actually ends up losing one right there. Just smoking on the center. Weckla still very low on the VPs. Yeah, he did a bit of reckless spending there, getting 2 squads of engineers. Or 2 extra squads of engineers. And the commandos. He's a bit low on manpower now, can't afford a tank. Tick, yeah, still. Tick. Got a few pits though, should be able to force these tanks back, but he's going to bleed a lot of manpower doing it this way. Just bring his anti-tank up, gun up in support. And that's actually 2 machine guns as well for TarNation, so this kind of aggressive play is going to be quite hard.
Supply half-track is in action. Standing by for setting of command.
Like he needs to set up 2 machine guns, camp the central VP for a while, wait until he's got himself some tanks. He's having, you know, taken down TarNation's tier 4. Does limit TarNation's options. Looks like, you know, he's going to rebuild his tech. Probably going to go for mechanized HQ, I'd imagine. Get more repairs, open up the option with the King Tiger. And some mines down now, better late than never. Three squads in fact coming out to harass this side of the map, which is completely outdefended right now. It's going to be quite successful. Probably should expect the Panzer IV to rotate to deal with this squad, and his anti-tank gun should be over here to respond, get some damage in. TarNation actually doing a good job there, using his recon plane again. So just double checking this Panzer IV is safe to go in. Yeah, it was.
Command half-track has been permanently established as a static post.
Artillery flares coming in once again. So he's switching. No, he's reloading. But whilst this is going on, very easy progress on the right from TarNation. He's just capping up everything over here. There's all these guys running into machine guns. It's making very slow headway.
Our supply line's broken.
This could work out quite well from a bit of a commando ambush. Good reaction times there by TarNation. Ooh! Big hit.
There's a lot you can do with a bit of plastic explosive and a brain gun. Backs, bloody England for the sky.
Our attacking hammer tactics are ready for use.
He's going for hammer, so yeah, he is going to try to go for a comet, it looks like. You can't just send one squad over here, man. Machine gun. Changes direction, should be able to repel this. No, he packed it up. He was resetting it up. There's a little bit of suppression going now, but machine gun's actually getting his gunner sniped repeatedly by those overs, those laser beam overs at Vet 2. Take care of the AMG. He didn't reset it up. I think it would have been fine, but things are starting to fall apart here for 3imWeckla. This blob just taking apart his entire army right now. At a very bad timing as well.
We've 75 points remaining.
And right before he's going to get his comet. Yeah, just about enough for it.
The gun is not crude.
But
Not anymore.
nice timing on that strike by TarNation, and I think Weckla can come back from this.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one
Especially
of
if
our
these
points.
team weapons get destroyed. The airborne assault coming in. Not sure if these machine
The
guns
enemy cut our supply line.
will land.
No need for panic, but we've only got 50 points left.
Tank gun gets destroyed now. I'm gonna stick around to kill the Vickers, however. There is the daddy, the King Tiger. And I imagine once Weckla sees this, his spirit will be broken. But overall, Weckla played a pretty good game. Just didn't respect the airborne assault the first time it got activated. Lost so much.
25 points left. Kill best by random, as they say.
And yeah, just a few questionable things. On like continuing to assault this area. It seemed a bit strange after the tier 4 tech had gone down. Probably should have just camped, waited until he could build some armor. Just yeah, not sure about a few of his build decisions.
Enemy threatening
Also,
a capture point.
not taking full advantage of 5-man double LMG Tommies. Seems like a mistake, especially against OKW. For TarNation, I think, you know, the double machine guns, strong idea against Brits. Continuing harassing this right hand side, which
One of the buildings at HQ
worked out
has
for
been
him
destroyed.
quite well. But yeah, I'm not sure about the Stern Pioneer. I think I preferred to see a Raketen. But he ended up making it work. He's just attacking with the Jagdpanzer. Might get a lucky model snipe in these kind of situations. I would do this as well. In fact, Weckla's going to drain out on VPs very quickly, especially if this triple cap completes. That's probably going to be the end of the game.
That's better. Back at full strength.
A capture point is being overrun. We only have 10
Yeah,
points
very,
left.
very good game. One thing that Weckla did do very well is that glider, that forward reinforcement glider, really helped support these pushes on this left-hand side. So yeah, consider using this in a safe position and making use of it as a forward retreat or forward reinforcement point, because as we saw here, was very effective. Well, I'll wrap on that, guys. If you like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.